from Laura Walmwell Photography, and today I am joined by Sarah Labatt and her amazing dog Link for another episode of the Southwestern Ontario Pet Collective. Hi, Sarah. I'm so excited to see you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. This is a great honor, and Link is super excited. I think, though, he's more excited about the treats than anything.
So today's interview is all about getting to know a local pet and the people who love that pet. So I know you have quite a few pets living with you right now, so I'd
Oh my,
love to hear about them.
oh my goodness, I have so many pets. And when you guys are frustrating me in the morning, I just yell, I'm like, you're all going to the zoo. Getting so much of you guys handling. So I have Link, who is my personal service dog, and also my pet. I also have two cats, Milo and Squeaks, and we have my COVID tortoise, my COVID splurge tortoise named Bowser. And yeah, so it's quite the full apartment when we get busy.
Amazing. So the tortoise is a new addition to the family?
Yeah, so last year, actually a year ago tomorrow, I lost my horse, and he ended up have be put down. So we ended up putting him down, and my husband and I, just to like help kind of take my mind off everything, we went to PetSmart, and he fell in love with this tortoise. And I kind of said, babe, I said, I'm like, I just put my horse down. Like, can we take a minute? And so then later, like a week or so later, can you lie down? Thank you. And so we were actually sick, and we had like a coldy flu thing, and he's like, we have to go to the hospital, we're sick, we have COVID, because this is right when COVID started. And I'm like, we don't have COVID. He's like, no, we need to go to the hospital, we need to go get tested. I'm like, okay. And I'm just like dying in bed. I'm just like, you know what, you go to the hospital, and when they tell me that you think they have COVID, I'll go get tested. So they just said, like, yeah, you're fine, you just have like a cold, like, so I guess that meant I woke up, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, the hospital said we were fine, but I brought home a tortoise. I'm like, so that's why I call him my COVID tortoise, because I'm just like, apparently we went from dying and having COVID to just having a cold, and so that means I went to PetSmart and got a tortoise.
It sounds like a pretty full house, but I'm sure they make you smile every single day.
That's a word for it, isn't it? Oh my goodness. One's got to go to the bathroom at 6 a.m. And Milo, he's such a glutton. Like, you just walk out of a room and he almost takes your feet out because he's going to the kitchen, because he thinks you're going to the kitchen to feed him. And like, can you get off? There's no cookies up there anymore. You ate them all. And, it's mommy. Like, you're such a mom. Don't do this. Don't do that. You get off there. You get off there. What do you want? What do you feed you? But it's definitely, you couldn't imagine your life any other way, really. Because you wake up, it's like having kids, they're our kids and our little fur family.
So Link is an Alaskan Klee Kai, which is a breed that some folks may not have heard of
Yes.
before.
Come here.
Now, I know when you're looking for reputable breeders, bloodlines and all of that is super, super important. As well, a lot of breeds will end up showing. So I know you mentioned that Link does some of the local dog shows. And how did you come into that?
So his mom, Maeve, and Jace is Uncle Jace, because they're from the same breeder, Alaskan Klee Kai. And so Jess was kind of, she wants to uphold the Alaskan Klee Kai thing. And she had mentioned the puppies when we were going through. She was kind of deciding which ones were going to be part of her breeding program. So that was something that she kind of asked of us as new owners. Is that something you'd be interested in? Is that something you want to try? et cetera, et cetera. And I said, and at the time I wasn't really sure about the breeding community out here, or let alone the breed itself and breeders. So I said, well, I said, I'm really careful because I don't want to be a backyard breeder. I said, stuff like that. Little did I know, like, we have like all these organizations that she's a part of, and and finding out proper ways to find breeders and stuff. So we did that. And then to do the shows, she's like a grand champion Maeve. Like, she's done shows in Chicago, and she goes everywhere, and she's an amazing dog. So just Jess says, you want to come, bring a puppy, it's free puppies. So the puppies are free. It's a new booster that we're doing. Or so yeah, the puppies, if the parents are there, the puppies get in for free. Nice. to show. So it was like, okay. So we just did that, and it was amazing. Like, just like, I've never done anything regarding dog showing, nothing. And next thing I know, she's like buying me like the special show leash and showing me how to do it. And Link he was good. Like, I mean, he was the only puppy. So instant first, you did so good. Actually, I have a video somewhere on my phone during his initial first confirmation check, and these are a tabletop breed because they're small, so you have to bring them up onto a table. Well, Link thinks he's going to the vet, so he backed up and actually flipped off the back of the table while like I'm trying to like hold my bait, like my hot dog, and try and get him to stand still for this guy to come up and feel him and like check his teeth, and like, and Link was just like, oh my God, I'm going to the vet. So there's actually a video of me actually catching him mid-air, and meanwhile at the time he was like the size of my hand, like he was so little. Wow. We do them with the Grand River Kennel Club, which is part of the United Kennel Club, because these guys don't show because they're not classified as a breed under American Kennel Club and Canadian Kennel Club. But if say you wanted to go do what's the big one in the States, like the one that's always the Westminster. Yeah. They can show in there, but not as a breed. So they'll do something like agility.
Okay. So Link's come a ways in his training now.
Yeah.
And he is now trained as a service dog.
Yes.
I would love to hear about how that process works, because I know there's such a need for service dogs.
Yeah.
And it's just a fascinating area of training.
It is. And it's a very great area. So like, even in my earlier Facebook posts, Instagram posts, I mean, with in regards to like naming. So I was like, oh, he's a therapy dog. He's not a service dog. He's a therapy dog, or he's an emotional support dog. And then so there's pictures of him, like, or a video of us walking on campus at the university, and people are saying, well, if he's a therapy dog, why is he on campus? Like, oh, if he's a support dog, why is he on campus? And I didn't realize the language. So finally I saw a girl who had a service dog, and I stopped her, and I'm like, excuse me, like, can I please pick your brain? I said, I'm trying to get this service dog, like, and she kind of taught me the terminology. So a service dog is this dog who provides a service or a task for you when you're out in public, and they have access to all public spaces within reason. Like, I know, like, even going to the zoo, you're allowed to bring your service dog to the zoo, but you have to call them ahead of time and let them know. And of course, certain things you'll have to be aware of. So, they have the peacocks that just run around the zoo. So you got to make sure your dog's really well trained for that. So that's your service dog. So that's like, letting you know that you have to take your medications, providing calming tasks, alerting, whatever. So then you have therapy dogs, which are actually, they're dogs that go in, just regular dogs, that owners can bring in, or organizations where they come in and they go to hospitals or they go to homes and stuff like that to help. And then you have an emotional support dog, which is a dog who is like a service dog, but they don't provide tasks, and they're not allowed in like, you could bring them to like Winners, but you can't bring them to like Tim Hortons or Walmart, anywhere there's food. So that's the kind of exception with service dogs. So, and I'm not sure about like the certification for like a therapy dog, but I know for a service dog, everyone's like, well, what's the certification? There is none. So for a service dog, legally, all you need is a letter from your doctor stating that this is a service dog. And it doesn't have to be super like in depth. Oh, he provides this task, this person suffers from this. It's just, this is a letter from your nurse, your doctor, your psych, whoever, stating this is a service dog and please accommodate them.
Wow.
So, and usually for owner trained service dogs, honestly, I think the best thing to say, in my knowledge, from what I've gathered from my community, is that being in training versus being a full service dog, it's kind of up to you. So if you feel that your dog is up to par, up to snuff, then they're no longer in training. So, and that's kind of where it kind of goes back and forth. As I said, like sometimes Link kind of goes back into training mode where we have to go to Walmart, we have to practice some things, there's some tasks and stuff like that.
So you mentioned that you went the owner trained route and that you
Mm-hmm.
had a fantastic trainer who helped you.
Did.
I'd love to hear about your trainer.
Oh my God, Angela, with Canine Lifelines. She's amazing. So when I first like met Angela, I had contacted her, and this was after I had picked this girl's brain who was out with her service dog at the campus. And I said, who can I go to? And she goes, well, you can go to this person. I know this person helps train. And Angela actually was working for Canadian Lions Club. And she helped with, and she was also part of the collective. So if you ever go to the University of Guelph, you will see little lab puppies and golden retriever puppies everywhere. And it's adorable because they come there so they can be socialized. So they learn to go to school. They learn to come there and they are part of it. And they're all like in training, and they have the little purple vest or the green vest that says future service dog or future guide dog or whichever. So she was part of that collective. So I talked to her, and I think Link at the time was like only like a few months old. Like he was still little, and I had a vest on him at Guelph. And of course you stop everybody that's there because he's so damn cute. So, and I met up with Angela, and we haven't done the most consistent training with her just due to time. Because I only really came to school like part-time. So I was driving from Hamilton to Guelph. Right. So, but we worked with her, and she actually has her own 2 service dogs that she has. And she was helping other local people and people that were trying to own or train. And then she ended up moving up and starting a business. Wow. Officially. So she's worked with some of the other puppy raisers and trainers that were helping with the Canadian Lions Club or the National Service Dogs and all that. So, and all these other dog trainers.
Excellent. Now, given that Link is really well trained and really well socialized, I know it's kind of led you to another project where you take Link to a ton of local businesses.
I kind of started it with COVID. And I was really concerned about my local businesses. So for me, I actually live over top of like a little local business plaza. So there's 4 stores below us, and there's 4 apartments where we live. So Victoria, who owns A Greener Place, she had just opened pretty much. Like, I don't even think she was like 6 months old, and COVID had hit. And so I was like, oh my God, like I was so worried about, kind of like everyone else, like they had to get shut down, and losing their businesses and losing, and you know, everything they worked hard for in their dreams. And so I said to Victoria, I said, I'd love to just do like a little picture with you and Link, and just see, do a little blurb about your business and who you are. And it just started to kick off. I don't really know how it just became a thing. I only really got like a few posts out. I think I don't even have like 8 Shop Local Saturday features I've done before I kind of had to shut it down and be like, hey, now I need to kind of protect myself for COVID, especially with the new UK variants and whatnot. So it just was a way I wanted to help promote my local businesses and be a part of our community.
Nice. Once things have calmed down and vaccines are further rolled out, do you think it's something you'll start back up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Are there any local, especially pet specific businesses, that you would love to give some shout outs or some local love to?
Absolutely. I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Choose in Waterdown, which you've actually been to. You helped.
I
They're
love
fantastic.
them.
Oh, Chris and Elaine are fantastic. Like they're such an amazing couple, and it's been really like a huge pride for me to see them grow. And like, I mean, when I first came in there, they only had the one set of freezers, which was just like the door freezers. And then I watched them build the big back indoor freezers, and I've watched them like add things. And like every time you go in there, it's like your local family shop, and like they're amazing there, and they're so knowledgeable, and they provide so many great things. So I love my local Choose. Love them, love them, love them. Chris and Elaine, you guys are awesome. I love you so much.
Yeah, they're a fantastic bunch of folks there. I am
Oh yeah.
hoping that they will come on and have an interview, so we'll see.
Yes. Oh my God. I'll message them and tell them like, you need to do this. Like you need to. I'll just message Elaine and just be like, please do an interview. So there's them. Also one place I really want to give a shout out to is An Amazing Pet Spa in Hamilton. They're fantastic. The guy who owns it actually patented, I'll have to get him to do an interview with you as well or something, because he invented this dog washing technology, which is kind of similar to like a carpet cleaner, where it's a handle and it's got water jets on it, and it sprays right into the undercoat, and then it sucks as it's doing that. So it's like this bathing system, and he's actually patented it. He invented it. And you walk in there, there's no appointments, and they're so affordable. Like PetSmart, I wanted to get Link because, you know, everyone's like, do Klee Kai shed? Yes. So when Link blows his coat, and like, especially when it gets really hot in the summer, and I notice like he's really like, he's got puffs coming, you know, you're like plucking like a chicken, right? PetSmart quoted me like $120 to get him just a bath, and they do it for like $45, and they do it right there. It's instant, 15 minutes, you're in, you're out. They do a great job. They clip his nails, and they're so good there. So they used to have a Burlington location as well, but they ended up closing it, especially in Burlington where there was like the old bingo hall, and they were completely flattening that all out for condos. So he kind of had a decision, either, you know, sell my business to someone and get them to move, or we'll just kind of close the business. So, but they still have their Hamilton location. And they also give discounts for service dogs.
That sounds incredible. I will have to check out this pet washing technology.
Yeah, An Amazing Pet Spa in Hamilton.
So I have a few rapid fire questions to end off with for you.
Okay.
Are you? Oh, what? Link is ready.
You ready? You sit? Okay.
All right. So we'll jump right in. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Favorite breed?
Labs.
He's so offended.
I don't know. I have so many. If I were to pick one that I would like, my dream dog would probably be a Neapolitan Mastiff.
Excellent. All right. What are your pet's favorite treats?
Milo anything. Squeaks doesn't really have any. Link like bully sticks. He's on special low-fat treats right now because he's got some stomach issues. So hi. You just see the ears.
Does the tortoise get treats?
Just lettuce or dandelions. He likes dandelions.
All right. Are your pets full of beans, full of dreams, or full of something entirely different?
Full of beans, full of dreams for Milo and Squeaks and Bowser. Link's the most high maintenance one. He's the most energetic.
All right. If a human actor were to play your pets in a movie, who would it be?
That's a hard one. Oh, I don't know. I feel like Squeaks, because she's like such a princess, she would be someone like super proper and super like prissy. So she, like Catherine Hegel or something. Milo. Can I help you? I don't know. I don't know anyone that's like Link. I feel like he's like a young boy, like a child actor or something, like a really hyper child actor, maybe like Dennis the Menace or something. Like, and then Milo, I'm not sure. Does anyone who's just like really lazy, maybe like Cheech or something, or Tommy Chong?
That's always perfect.
Just always really hungry. Oh no, you know what he's like? He's like Kevin from The Office, I think. Kevin from The Office, where he's just like always want to eat.
Amazing. All right. If money were no object, what incredible thing would you do with your pets?
I think honestly, I would probably just want to get a horse again and have a horse. So I would love to have a big horse farm, and just fill it with dogs and animals and like just a million animals. So I think we'd have to say probably a barn, and get another horse again and get a few horses and more dogs and big crazy things.
Wonderful. And finally, if your pets could say one thing to the Southwestern Ontario community, what would they say?
Oh, I don't know. I think Link would probably be for reputable breeding. Probably, make sure you research your breeders, and look up proper breeders. Don't go through Kijiji, go through like the Kennel Club websites, especially because I'm a huge advocate for that. Really want to see people who really put the time and energy into their dogs. So for that, I believe Bowser, I think, would be, in my mind, would be for proper tortoise and reptile care, because a lot something we noticed that with PetSmart especially is they do not provide you the right information when it comes to your animals. So we get a ton of people in our Herman Tortoise Facebook group, which has owners from around the world, and people will come in there, hey, I just got a tortoise, and they'll have a little tank with like no UV lights and stuff we all had to learn. So I think it'd probably be about proper reptile care education if Bowser had an option. And I just think Milo and Squeaks, cats. Just cats. Just cats.
Amazing. Well, it has been such a pleasure chatting with you, Sarah, and getting to see parts of Link.
Yeah, just in out. He's passed out now.
What a cutie.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I really enjoyed our chat today. And is there anything that you would like to say to the Southwestern Ontario pet community?
Um, I don't know. It's so hard. I didn't even think about about all these questions. I would just say, just every day, try to be a better and better owner and educate those around you, and try to further everyone's education about animals. And we've had dogs and cats so long, we forget how much work that they really are. And so, always bettering yourself as an owner and a pet lover, for sure.
That is the best advice I've heard all day.
Hey, Link, stop. Someone's just impatient.
Well, I will let you go so you can tend to his needs.
Mr. Prince.
But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. And thank you to everyone for listening. This is Laura from Laura Wamwell Photography. And I am joined by Sarah Labatt and by the gorgeous Link. And we all hope that you and your pets have an awesome day. Bye.